Listen up, y'all! We gon' break history tonight!
The battle for the FP has only just begun.
3, 2, 1! BP!
Hello, welcome to Cynic Critique, where we get real with cult films. I'm your host Brian, and I'm here with my brother and co-host, my bro-host, Thomas.
Hello.
This week, we're back looking at the underrated Jason Trost, this time with his cult franchise of The FP. This was built off the backs of a 2007 short film, directed by Jason and Brandon Trost, his brother, and written by Jason Trost. Well, do you want to go over to the main feature that it was an expansion of? Yeah.
Hey, LWE, I challenge you to a beat-off!
Am I about to bust a fucking nut up in this bitch? Saturday night, be at the foundation, and we gonna settle this shit a one-on-one, 3-round, beat revelation match, bitch!
The challenge is up in this motherfucker, J-Tro. Now is the time.
2011's The FP. Yep, the same year as All Superheroes Must Die from last week. That was a big year for Jason Trost. This one is written and directed by Jason and Brandon Trost, his brother, and it stars Jason Trost, obviously, as J-Tro, Sue as KCDC, Lee Balmathi as LWE, Brandon Barrera as Beatrice, Caitlin Foley as Stacy, Nick Principe as BLT, and is narrated by James Remar. And again, your personal favourite, John Whalen, is in this as Stacy's dad.
Yeah.
The synopsis off IMDb: in a post-apocalyptic future, two rival gangs fight for control of Fraser Park by playing Beat Beat Revelation, a deadly version of Dance Dance Revolution, a popular game way back.
Yeah, probably still find it in some of the bigger arcades, I imagine.
Maybe. The Dance Dance Revolution thing, obviously an inspiration for this film, and then the other video game influences from around the time he was gaming were Def Jam Fight for New York and GTA San Andreas.
Okay.
Apparently where the rival gang stuff.
I was going to say that's the gang stuff then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would have guessed Mortal Kombat from some of the costuming.
Yeah, when you mentioned costuming, that Sarah Trost didn't have that as an inspiration either.
No?
No, inspirations for costuming came from the famous Elvis Presley, and then movies such as, well, Double Dragon's also a video game, isn't it? But the movie Double Dragon, Rocky, Mad Max, The Warriors, 8 Mile, X-Men, Escape from New York, and other works by John Carpenter. And my personal favourite in this list was military uniforms from the American Civil War.
Okay, don't remember much of that.
The American Civil War, you weren't in it.
That'll be why, yeah. But to remember that I don't have memories I don't have. You said it was narrated by James Remar, but essentially that's just the opening text scroll, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think he has
something at the end.
Near the end, must have, if we both remember it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Remar's obviously...
Clifton Collins Jr. has a piece in this.
Yeah.
It's just a little cameo, isn't it? It's a drug dealer called CC Jam.
Yeah, he has a bit in this, and Sue, who is KCDT, they were in Crank 2, so Brandon Trost knew them from that, and brought them in. Right. Similar thing with James Remar, he worked on Mortal Kombat Annihilation with their father, and he's like a family friend, so that's why he was also in All Superheroes Must Die. I should have mentioned that last week.
Yeah, that does all add up now.
Yeah.
But the dialogue in it, it's obviously a satire thing, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's elements of Bad Boys in there, because it's we roll together, we die together.
Yeah.
As opposed to Bad Boys, it's we ride together, die together, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then
I guess that's where the GTA San Andreas influence comes in, because that's parody of films and stuff.
Yeah.
Similar thing.
Yeah.
Dialogue-wise and all that sort of stuff.
In this, they take the dialogue a step further, I think, because in the short film, instead of saying word, they're sentence. and in this, when people die, they don't particularly die, they get 187.
Yeah.
I believe it's the police code for Officer Down.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Or just a killing in general, isn't it? I'm not sure.
I think them codes change from state to state.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is particularly helpful.
No.
Not here to discuss the police codes in America. But yeah, as a satire, I mean, you've got like homage to things like Rocky at the beginning, like eventually there's like a Rocky like training montage, and then
Yeah.
there's a great opening. You get the little intro, which is basically the short film. Then it goes like 1 year later, and then it's basically the opening of Commando, where he's carrying a log and so on. And then he leaves, and it goes into the Rambo opening down the country road kind of thing, doesn't it? As he leaves. But the cinematography in this is gorgeous. It's nice to see that Brandon Trost actually went on to do further things.
Yeah.
Because it's a really, really great looking film. And that applies for the second one as well. And I don't think he was the cinematographer on that.
No, I don't believe so.
And their father, Ron Trost, did the special effects on this. But I think you just said that when you mentioned about the Annihilation.
No, I didn't.
Right.
So thank you for mentioning it now. When you mentioned cinematography, Brandon took influence from The Warriors, which is one we mentioned last week, and for all these films, because they're like that low budget. But,
I know one of his favourite films is Streets of Fire.
Yeah, and then the other film he took influence from was Total Recall.
Oh, right, okay, that's a great film. Some would say it's better than Predator.
So,
But music's a big thing of this, obviously, because it's about the dance battles.
yeah,
Which Rocky is basically, I think in the special features of the making, he's basically like, well, it's just the same story beats as Rocky.
yeah.
But it's satire and I guess parody as well, so it gets away with it, and it's just so fun.
Yeah, when I read through the influences for costume, I was like, well, these are pretty much also the influences for the film itself. But I'd say, so why not look at them films for costuming?
Exactly. Going to costuming, there's a part where I think it's J-Tro who's wearing a top and it says, I Heart New York. But there's a piece of tape over New York and it says the FP.
It's Stacey that's wearing it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite funny.
Mhm.
But going back to the music, it's by George Holdcroft, who did it for All Superheroes Must Die as well.
Yeah.
I think, like, as a composer, the music's great,
Yeah, he did great on this.
but he doesn't really have much credit
No,
on IMDb at all.
no. It's a bit of a shame because he did do a really good job on this one. He said he didn't have much knowledge of Dance Revolution or whatever.
Yeah.
But we did have influence from like retro games and works from Koji Kondo, who did Final Fantasy,
All right, okay.
and then other like early Nintendo sort of games he drew inspiration from because they're what he knew. I think worked really well on this one. Don't believe he's done any of the other ones either. No,
I don't believe so.
bit of a shame.
It is. This, to go back to the credits again, had an executive producer by Jason Blum, the man from Blumhouse.
Yep, Blumhouse himself.
Yeah, I just found that quite odd, that he never decided he wanted to produce the second one or anything like that by Jason Trost. The editor of this, though, has gone on to other things. They're called Abe Levy.
Yeah.
And they've done some TV work. I don't really recognise any of it apart from that Selfie series, which was a sort of short-lived show from 10 years ago with
Karen Gillan.
and
John
John
Cho.
Cho. Yeah, that was basically a series adaptation of is it Pygmalion? My Fair Lady, anyway.
That's the one.
Also, there's some really good dialogue. Like, going back to the dialogue, like, I made a note of this. I don't know if you have. No drunks, no bums, no one to feed the ducks. What's the town without ducks?
Bloody ducks, man.
Which I thought was a great little line. I mean, it works better when you watch the film on its own. It doesn't really mean anything, I don't think.
No, you just seem like a madman.
It's a big part of this as well, is that they spend most of their time drunk.
Yeah.
But no one's doing any drunk acting. They're all pretty much alcoholics, so function very well on the drink.
Yeah, they're all high-functioning alcoholics.
Yeah, he is. He's the main antagonist of this. LWE, played by Lee Valmacy from All Superheroes Must Die, that we discussed last week, as one of the heroes.
Yeah.
He was...
The Wall.
I was going to say, is it The Wall? And he's so different in this.
Yeah, I didn't recognise.
No, like, his performance is great. It's so enjoyable. Like, it's like one of them, like, really charismatic, fun to watch bad guys. He was great at it, which I don't think you would have guessed he could do from just watching All Superheroes Must Die.
No.
They're very polar opposites.
Yeah, like I said, I was really shocked. It was the same actor. Surprising he don't do any other acting.
I quite like the character of BLT by, is it Nick Principe?
That's what I say.
Could be Principe.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like the Mickey figure, isn't he, in this, in a way? Because he's the guy that J-Tro goes to for training.
Yeah.
And just some of the stuff, I can't think of any examples now. I should have noted them.
Yeah.
But like the training montage itself was really enjoyable anyway. He's in Rocky.
Yeah.
But the music that plays was really good, then the scenes. But a lot of the fun from this really just comes from the dialogue, I would say. And
Yeah.
the actual, well, the actual stakes that they put into this dance game.
Yeah.
Well, beat Revelation.
I do like the overall look of the film, though, as well.
It's very cinematic.
Obviously, it's not a high-budget film, and everything they had to put in sets and things like that, and filming locations was just like leftover props or just stuff they had and things like that.
Some of the sets aesthetics remind me of an old series. I don't know if you'll remember it, called The Tribe. It was like set in a weird dystopian future with teenagers and stuff, and they just wore odd outfits, and there's kind of that sort of element to it.
Yeah, because he said something about when it came to sets, you can't really pretend to be anything else, just kind of say as it is and make do, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because, like I said, it's set a year later, and somebody goes to bring him back, don't they, to compete?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a revenge story in here, isn't there?
Yeah.
In a way, it's more like a Rocky 2 or something, or a Rocky 3 even.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, he needs a place to stay, and they're just like, oh, I can give you a tent in the garden. And you think he's joking or something, but no, he is living in a tent in that garden, isn't he?
Yeah.
I found that quite funny as well. A lot of the cast actually returned throughout these films, which is quite nice to see as well.
Yeah. Atsu being one of them.
Yeah, he's
KCDC.
Yeah, he's like an ongoing figure, isn't he, really?
Yeah, he's great.
Because I think in one of them, he's described as like the mystical hype man or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is like just the hype man, isn't he?
Yeah. I think this is probably one of Trost's best films.
Yeah, I would say so. It really is. It's probably the best for cinematography.
Yeah, best looking, I'd say.
Yeah.
But this one seems to be like, what was it, like double the budget of the other ones?
Yeah, you just said before we started recording that its budget was estimated to be 60,000.
Yeah, oh, it's more than double like most of his other works then. More like triple.
Yeah, which I'm not too sure about anyway.
Yeah.
I would probably say it was less.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it was a great watch. I think we watched this and the second one in the same night.
Yeah, I believe so.
Back to back, and it was bloody good. Because I bought the box set off Umbrella Entertainment.
Yeah.
I think it's an Australian company.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Shall we move it to the second one? Or is there more you want to say on this?
I could mention how he broke his ankle during one of the dance routines.
Oh, yeah, you can mention that for sure.
And he wore one of the snow boots that his character wears as like support.
Right. Wow.
Sounds like a proper medical boot for it sort of thing, so he just wore a snow boot.
That was sweltering. It looks quite warm.
Well, his character wore them anyway, so...
I know, but...
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you mean like he was wearing them when he didn't have to.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
What about trivia for this, though? There's one on IMDb, and it says that the F word was used like 250 times, but I really doubt it.
No,
I don't remember it being said all that much at all in this one.
No, but I'm very deft at swear words.
Yeah, so... Oh, and I think we mentioned it because I mentioned it before and let you talk about it, that it's based on the short film that was done in 2000.
Yeah. It's pretty much the opening to this movie, the short film, isn't it? So you don't really have to watch it if you just go straight into this.
Move to the second?
Sure, move to the second one.
You got to walk away from this one, dog.
I've been walking away for 10 years. Just hiding from what I really am. Pretending like all this peace bullshit is what I actually want.
What it is you want, dog?
Purpose.
So 2018's quite a big gap, isn't it? That's 7 years.
Yeah.
The FP2, Beats of Rage. Written and directed by Jason Trost. It stars Jason Trost as J-Tro again, at Hazu as KCDC, Mike Gorman as AK-47, Tally Wickham as Chai T, Brew Muller as Nitro, Brandon Barrero as B-Tro, Nick Principe as BLT. Then we've got a few smaller parts like Jeff Howell, Forklift. Ryan Gibson's credited as three guys is 3DO or 3DYO, Han Cholo, and Quackerjacks. Michael Davis was Wallmummer. Sean Whalen is Stanya, which is apparently Stacey's dad still.
Yeah.
Keeps that role whenever you see him. Lib Campbell is... no, this is where I can't read my writing. I don't know if I wrote Pepper or Popper Snig. And Catherine Jones as KKJ.
Lib Campbell's Pepper Snig.
Right. Samantha Trust plays a young J-Tro in this for the flashback scene, which I'm guessing is Jason Trust's daughter.
Yeah, it is.
Right. And the synopsis for this, as IMDb has, despite hanging up his boots following the events of the FP, J-Tro must return to the blood sport of Beat Revelation one last time. J-Tro and KCDC, his mystical hype man, will quest deep into the wastes, a land destroyed by the Beat Wars, to compete in the ancient Beat tournament, Beats of Rage, and face AK-47, hopefully, save the world.
This one's gone full Mad Max 2, and it's
a
bigger wasteland.
I mean, you say Mad Max 2, isn't this the one with the Chrome Dome?
It is.
Where it's basically...
it's where two ninjas roll in and one ninja rolls out.
Yeah, which is a riff on Fury Road.
Thunderdome. Yeah.
where two warriors walk in and one warrior walks out.
I think it's just 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Yeah, another Rocky montage in this film as well, which is great because he has to learn to re-ninja. I mean, there's not just like Rocky and them elements seen in this one. Like you said, there's Mad Max, which seems a little more prominent. There's Lord of the Rings with the map scrolls.
Yeah, it brings in Lord of the Rings.
The bit of Star Wars with how one character reprises and they're like a Force ghost.
Yeah.
They've added more to the vocabulary they use, I think, because we've got Quattro now, or Quattro, and that's booze. And whoever has the booze controls the waste, which is basically what they say about fuel, isn't it, in Mad Max?
Yeah.
Going back to the video game stuff, J-Tro wears a jacket that looks very much like Leon's from Resi 4 at one point in this.
Yeah.
And the music was amazing on this. IMDb credits the music as the Moon Vampires, which seemed to be a band, but I couldn't find them on Spotify. They must be really indie, which is a shame because I really enjoyed the music on this one.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed it on the last one as well.
Yeah.
For budget, I went to the Indiegogo page.
Right.
And it had raised 15,784 British pounds.
Right.
Because it converted it for my account because I'm a UK.
Yeah.
I can't convert that to US dollars to find what it would be in terms of inflation now.
Yeah. I think all these ones are 20,000 on average. They're like a 3.
I'm not even sure if the last two were that.
No.
This looks like it's filmed in Australia.
Yeah, I believe a lot of his films were after How to Save Us. It just moved there around that time, so and he really liked that look, so that's why he filmed How to Save Us.
Right.
There.
Again, this one looks great, and I don't have the cinematographer credited for this one.
Cinematography is by Marcus Menzer.
Okay.
Well, he does FP4 and FP3 cinematography, which,
All right, okay.
to be honest, reading that, I'm a little surprised by, because I was really impressed with his work on this one, but them two, well, we'll discuss them in a bit.
Yeah, he is on the Waves of Madness as well, which is Jason Trost's upcoming film, which I am actually excited about.
Yeah, because I have enjoyed all his films, really.
Yeah, in some degree.
You don't like the FP1?
Hated it. I loathed it. No, I loved the FP1. That was only our second time watching it anyway.
Yeah, first time.
I remember liking it the first time, but I didn't remember much from it, strangely. But this time I really enjoyed it, and then going straight into this one immediately after, it was great.
Yeah, I'd probably say this one's another one of his best.
Yeah, I would say so, and it works really well off the back of the first.
Yeah.
You could watch the short film, which is nice to see to show how they've evolved.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's a necessary watch for understanding these films, but I guess it works better than a trailer.
Yeah.
For the fact that you're just watching the opening of the first film in a way. With just some different actors, isn't it? And slightly different layout scenes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's pretty much just the opening to the first film, that short film. So
yeah, definitely. I just really like how this builds off the back of the first and expands the lore into this more crazy sort of world.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, there's no real lore per se, other than that little world that we see. There's nothing bigger or context to what the rest of the world is like. And then here they're like, no, the rest of the world is like this too.
Yeah.
But like Mad Max, it goes from, hey, there's some greenery here to there's barely any greenery now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've moved to...
It just turns into
Australia.
A big wasteland.
But
that is it.
Yeah, we never mentioned it, but the FP actually stands for Fraser Park.
It's kind of in the description of the first one.
Yeah, but Fraser Park is actually a real place in, I forgot where,
California.
obviously America.
California, I believe.
So I think it's where the trusts grew up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was great. And it's AK-47, isn't it, is the main antagonist in this one.
Yeah, Michael Gorman.
Yeah, and he's a great character. They introduced Chai-T in this one.
Yeah.
She was...
Vicky O'Neill in All Superheroes Die too.
Yeah. Can't wait to say April Vale.
That sounds like a superhero, not a character name.
April Vale to me sounds like a weird holiday, a caravan park or something. Never mentioned it last week, I don't think we did, but she also does visual effects.
Yeah.
Tally Wickham, yeah. She does the visual effects on Halloween's End.
Oh, all right.
So I'm not saying blame her for that piece of shit movie, but
God,
it was a bad film. But this opens with the scripture of 3 drinks minimum to enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. I think that's just part of their FP culture.
Yeah.
Although it may be relevant for later too. I don't know. But yeah, I thought this was about the same as the first FP in terms of quality and enjoyment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there was much between them.
No, it's similar to All Superheroes Must Die and All Superheroes Must Die too.
Yeah. Although I know I'd rather watch the first one. It's got James Remar in it. Oh, I guess that applies for these then.
Yeah.
Because one thing I know about J-Tro movies, if James Remar's in the first one, you're getting a sequel.
People kind of wanted a sequel to this, like his fans, when he...
Yeah, this one really...
This seems to be the one that people wanted sequels to.
Yeah.
But he said he couldn't really get a producer because no one really wants to fund a film that didn't make any money.
Yeah.
So he had to, Indiegogo.
Yeah. if you want to talk like cult directors, he's definitely made his own place in that territory.
Yeah, if I'm right, XYZ distributed the fourth one.
Right? I think that's why you can actually get them on Blu-ray. They're not from his page. They're from Umbrella.
Yeah, I'm sure I read somewhere that it sounds like he might be having a deal with them. I can't remember what film they produced now.
But recently in a Q&A on his Facebook, he said that the film that he's currently working on, Waves of Madness, sounds like it actually has a distributor or something, but he's referred to it as mystery distributor.
Like could be XYZ.
Yeah. The XYZ films.
Yeah, it seems like they might be interested in working with him.
Right.
But he can't talk much about it.
Well, that's pretty great, because like with the right funding and backing, he could really do something decent. Like really decent.
When you look at this, the first one of these where he did a bit more money on that production of the FP, I think the FP and the FP2 are his best looking films overall.
Definitely. I mean, I really like the look of All Superheroes Must Die, but I don't know if it's supposed to look as like gnarly and gritty as it looked.
That's something that just helped with the low budget. Yeah. How to Save Us is a great looking film, but again,
there's a budget element there that hinders the special effects work, I guess.
Yeah, and some of this you can do much more.
Because he's got great concept ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, Waves of Madness that's coming out is a bloody side-scroller.
Yeah.
Genius idea for a film.
Yeah.
Probably worth a watch with something like Hardcore Henry, where it's a first-person film.
Yeah.
You know, that video game sort of aesthetic. And there's a lot of films now in court, like using video game as referencing and stuff. Like, look at that Boy Kills World that came out the other week.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. That's very video game.
Yeah, definitely. I think even the John Wick franchise started to lean into more of that. Look, we're basically a video game.
Didn't I mention that about John Wick last time we watched it?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Because it has Call of Duty or something playing, and I just said, I think this whole setup area is based from video games, and then it plays out like one.
Especially that top-down view that you get in 4, and how he's just headshots, clean headshots, you know.
XYZ Films did The Raid.
Right, okay. Oh, that's a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great film.
Now, back to this film. I've got it noted, so I really want to mention it, because I really love the maps and everything in this film that they get from Lord of the Rings, and I just really want to mention the Bullshit Nowhere. Is one of my favourite place names I've ever seen.
Bullshit Nowhere, yeah. Well, I never noted any of the place names. There was one about Summit Mountains as well.
Yeah, the Bullshit Nowhere is the only one I noted down because I just loved it, and for some reason I didn't note any others down.
No. Oh, that's a shame.
It is.
I think I said it, but like again, there's the Rocky inspiration here because you get another montage or two.
Yeah.
We've already said they lean more into the Mad Max thing, the Lord of the Rings thing.
Yeah, this one is a lot grander in scale.
Yeah, he has to fight. Well, he has to dance in the, what was the name of the tournament?
It is the Beats of Rage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, bloody hell. It's in the title. But yeah, he has to dance in the Beats of Rage to basically save the FP so it can get its booze again.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Then obviously, we know from the first one, no booze, no drunks, no drunk, no bums, there's no one to feed the ducks. And what's the town without ducks?
Yeah, bloody ducks.
There is a post-credit scene to the first film that I don't want to spoil because it's not really anything, but you'll probably get a little laugh out of it if you do watch it.
Yeah.
Anything else on this one?
I mentioned the Bullshit Nowhere, so I'm happy.
Okay. So FP3 then?
Yeah.
Welcome to Escape from Bako!
Prepare to beat off. What are these?
Beatnuts.
The FP3, Escape from Bako, from 2021, starring Jason Trost as J-Tro, Sally Wickham as Chai P, Luke Campbell is Chai-Tro, Series back KCDC, Blue Baller, Nitro, Michael Gorman back AK-47,
and Leigh Almas is back as LEE.
I was just about to say, Leigh Almas is back as LEE.
Yeah.
The thing is, what confused me there is for some reason I had his character name written before the actor, and everyone else I've got the actor and the character.
Right.
But for some reason, LEE was the big thing to write down for me in the cast.
Yeah.
And this one, again, is written directed by Jason Trost.
Yeah.
Synopsis from IMDb. J-Tro and Fam embark on their most dangerous mission yet, forcing them to battle foes from the past in order to save their future from a calamity that threatens to wipe humanity off the mo-sucking face of Earth, or EBS. That's how it's written on IMDb. Yeah, it's not me going all weird on people.
The budget for this says estimated 20,000, but I'm not too sure on that because on the Indiegogo, this and the fourth one shared the same fundings, I believe.
Right.
And I don't think it managed to achieve its full goal.
Right.
So I wonder just how much money was spent on this in the fourth one. Because sadly there is a lack. And I wouldn't say it's to do with the cinematographer, but it looks very much visual effects heavy on backgrounds and everything.
Yeah. This is...
It almost all looks like it's shot with green screen. You know, this kind of running and then running on the spot type stuff.
Yeah. Green screen is what they did for this one. I think it was filmed during or after COVID, I think. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if COVID really affected this one or not, because I feel like it has.
Yeah. And Trost himself, I think, said in an interview somewhere I read that he kind of thought, let's do green screen. It's easier to get it done, and he wanted to do it. And
yeah. I mean,
I read that somewhere.
You know, it's fine to experiment.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't think it's the finished look that he wanted, I would say, from looking at this compared to the first two.
No.
But compared to them, I don't feel the dialogue's as good either as the first two.
No.
You know, it's lent into a little more of rounding out the dialogue of this more stylized, like, vocabulary specific for this world, and I don't think it works as well. Again, this opens with the preface of a 3-drink minimum, which I think is maybe required for this one.
Yeah, I wish I had.
There's a line in this, or it's mentioned somewhere in this, about undrunks. There's no re-drunkening, and the undrunks were like the undead, basically, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a zombie thing.
Yeah. Because this starts in the future, doesn't it? And then their daughter goes back and works with the present, or the kind of then before she's born, or just born anyway.
Yeah,
so, I mean, which is a great, interesting thing on its own, which is a little Terminator, I guess.
Yeah.
With the future threat thing.
Yeah, like I said, this one just doesn't work as well as the other two.
No.
It doesn't help that it doesn't look like the other two either, I think.
Yeah. And the title, Escape from Baku, I thought it was going to feel a little more like Escape from New York.
Yeah, more like Escape from LA.
Yeah. Because they reference Baku in the second one, and it sounds like a prison.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not quite a prison in this. It's almost like a purgatory place, it seems.
I don't know what it was.
It's definitely weird. I mean, there is a great line in here that I know you really appreciated, and it was, some motherfuckers are always trying to beat uphill.
Yeah.
Which is a play from Blade.
Yeah. There's always some motherfucker trying to escape uphill.
Yeah. You'll really appreciate that. I
wasn't as impressed with this one.
No. I mean, it was nice to have LWE back.
Yeah.
The villains themselves are actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think it's as long as the others, is it, either?
Don't think it was, no. But if I'm right, a lot of them were about 80 minutes.
I think it was about an hour, or just over an hour.
I'm not sure.
And I think the same for the second one. I say second one, FP4. It was an hour 15, just under.
Yeah.
So these are really short, but I guess that's part to do with the underfunding.
Yeah, maybe.
It didn't reach its initial goal, and then you're trying to do 2 films back-to-back kind of thing. I did quite like the end of this, and I think you did as well, because it's got, it references Mortal Kombat.
Ah, yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very ended to the Mortal Kombat film from 95.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember saying as soon as it happened, I was like, that's Mortal Kombat. Get James Rabara in here. The next one. Recast someone with James Rabara.
Yeah. It's hard to believe it's part of the same franchise in a way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's all I really want to say on this one.
Alright.
If you've got more, go for it.
I was just going to say, mention music on the other ones. I was just going to say the Quattrio.
Yeah.
Do the music on this, and they do it on the fourth one as well, and they're doing the music for Waves of Madness. Yep. I don't really know anything about the Quattrio. That was pretty much it.
I can't find them. I get the idea that it's 3 people working together.
Or 4.
3.5?
Maybe.
But yeah, I really wanted to like this one as much as the others, and I'm not sure if I do. I mean, they've definitely got their fans, these two, the 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But I feel there was supposed to be more to this that hasn't been able to be done, which is a shame. It's a shame. It really is.
I'm not sure if I think this one's the weakest of the 4.
Right, okay.
But I might say it is in order, but I'm really not sure. I'd probably have to watch them again to decide that. Because I don't know if it was more of, I'm really disappointed in this one.
Yeah.
And then the 4th one, it's like, all right, I'm back in with this sort of style again.
Yeah. I will add, because I am certain, even though they're not credited on IMDb, that Sean Whalen is one of the, like, weird robot-looking characters that keep popping up in this one.
Right. You know Sean Whalen better than I do.
Wouldn't say that.
Moving on to...
Jatro, there is hope. A cure for your peeps. Beyond your time.
Yeah, okay. So this is more recent. It's from 2023. It's FP for EVs. The synopsis on IMDb gives: a legendary family of rhythm game warriors must battle their way deep into the future to save what remains of a booze-fueled humanity from a horrific calamity that threatens to turn them all stone-cold sober for EVs. Pretty much all the cast that have been in it are returning. Nick Principe's back as BLT. Is it Michael Gorman?
Mike Gorman.
Yeah, Mike Gorman. He's back. I've got someone as Lee Miles, as Chaita Hay? I can't read that. Damn right.
Chai Latte.
Chai Latte, that makes sense, yeah. Ryan Gibson as Fridge Boy. I've also written WMD. Why have I done that?
Then I did the same. I think they referred to him as one name.
Oh, he's credited as one. Yeah, he's credited as WMD on IMDb, but they call him Fridge Boy in the film, if I'm right.
Something like that.
Nitro's back, played by Rue Muller. Chai T's back, played by Ali Wickham. And obviously Jason Trost is back as Jatro. Oh, and the actress playing the daughter's back.
Lip Campbell. Chitro.
Yes, thank you. And I think we've already addressed cinematographer repeating, because it's the guy from the second one, and the music's the Quattro again. So
yeah.
Oh, one thing I did think that the green screen aspect added, and it was that level of like arcade games.
Yeah.
There's something to that, which is maybe why he's chose to do Waves of Madness as a side scroller.
Maybe.
I don't know what this is referring to, but I wrote Superman down as a reference for this one in terms of its plot. Oh, because they go to like, they go into almost like an old palace sort of thing, but it's very Forest of Solitude, yeah, very Krypton type thing from the Reeve movies.
Yeah.
The hologram sort of figures that talk and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I wrote Indiana Jones because you get the old traps from the tombs sort of thing to puzzle through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which were just all beat related.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed parts of this one.
Yeah, there was some really good parts in it. Again, I think it could have been better.
I'm not sure, actually. I think this one and the third one just on par.
Yeah, but they both could have been better.
I'm just saying, like last time, I think third one's probably not as good, but I'm just thinking now that maybe this one and the third one are...
I think there's some better parts in this one than the third one.
Yeah. I think this one looked better, if I'm right.
Not 100%.
These two kind of blurred into one eventually.
That's the other thing. They are kind of like one film, but this one doesn't truly pick up from that ending that Escape from Bako had.
No.
Because last time the daughter had travelled, wasn't it? To the past. This time they've travelled to the future.
Yeah, I believe so.
Like, I think it was like far in the future, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually says in the synopsis, I've said it already, they battle their way deep into the future.
Yeah.
There was definitely some good story ideas in this one and the last one. I just think, I don't know if it's to do with COVID or not getting the funds, but I just don't feel they achieved the magic that the first two had.
No.
Which is quite sad. I would say the box set's worth picking up, though.
Oh, yeah. Nice looking box as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Good artwork, don't it?
Yeah, exactly. There was a post-credit scene on this one as well, wasn't there, if I'm right? I've not wrote what that is. I think they all had like a little bit of a post-credit scene.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Although I've not made any notes of them. That was silly of me. Well, again, Star Wars is back as a reference in this as well, because there's like...
Yeah.
I think this is the one where there's like spaceship sort of battle.
Yeah, there was.
Was that in the third?
Oh, it couldn't... They really do blur into one. We might sort of done these as one.
Yeah. That's the thing. Everything I've said about the third one just applies for this fourth one.
Yeah.
Although I think the plot for this fourth one is a little more interesting for me anyway. The third one, if I'm right, was Escape from Baku, but like the actual Escape from Baku bit is a very short part of that plot.
Yeah.
Am I right?
It felt like.
It didn't seem to be a big part of it anyway.
No.
But I just wish these could have looked as good as the first two.
Yeah.
And that would have just helped with the continuity a little bit. But again, these are satire, and I don't know if it's with intention or if I'm giving it more credit than it's worth. But I also wondered if the green screen idea was also just like, well, look at the Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
You know, they're using the volume and green screen and visual effects a lot more than they really need to be.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it was a take on that at all, with the satire aspect, I mean.
Yeah.
And if so, then I think they're failing to satirize it in a way where it's funny, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm looking too much into it.
I do have a couple quotes that probably help with it, right?
Yeah?
I don't want to read them out in full, but I'll try and... Yeah, because the first one he says, they're all parodies, they're all satirical, parodying new genres, new movies every time. The joke continues to evolve to the point it's the same characters in completely different worlds every time,
Yeah,
which that's true.
yeah, it is. But the worlds of the first two feel very different worlds to the last two.
Yeah.
That's also part of Mad Max, you know. He's Mad Max in every film, but
Yeah.
no film feels like it was part of the last one.
Now, the other thing is he says there's no rules, but then he also does go on to say that the only rule per se for the franchise is that each one has to be more ridiculous and the stakes have to be higher every time.
Okay.
And if he can do that, they can do whatever he wants, pretty much.
Yeah, I will agree. He has done that, I feel, in the fact that they're more ridiculous because of how serious the beat evolution is to it.
He said it should be like a fresh new adventure every time sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of true, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's fresh because I do feel like you have to know. Well, you don't really have to know anything.
No. I think it just works a little better if you do.
Yeah. Because they are ridiculous and they are good fun, but I just think these two are just not as good. Don't mean they're bad.
No. There's just like would you say it's the quality? There's like a level of quality missing from them. But by the sounds of it, that's with intent to be more ridiculous.
I'm really
Like
sure.
I said about the language.
Yeah.
In the dialogue. And
Yeah.
I think they could have done that and not lose what they had.
Yeah.
The first two have a real magic to them that these latter two don't.
Yeah.
Bit sad, really.
Definitely. As I said, they are enjoyable.
Yeah. And I will add, though, that I couldn't get it because it wouldn't ship out here through the Indiegogo. But he has worked on a Choose Your Adventure storybook set in the FP world that should be out this Christmas. And I think it's called The FP Beats Off Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can quickly find it. There we go. Indiegogo. It's closed now. J-Tro Beats Off Christmas is what it's called. I was so close. And they achieved their goal as well for it to happen. But it's a Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming, yo, and it brought something with it and shit. Can you and J-Tro beat off an ancient ass evil and save the holidays?
Nice.
And the image for it looks like a Bigfoot sort of figure lurking in the background.
Right.
It's got like an old school sort of 70s, 80s movie novelization type cover.
Yeah.
That helps you visualize it at all.
Nope.
Okay. But yeah, that was that on Indiegogo. That's ended as well, by the way. You can't fund it. No.
All right.
Is that all to say on the FP?
I think so.
Okay. Well, we'll link the umbrella stuff for the FP box set.
Yeah.
We'll link the other website to find his other Blu-rays that are open region.
Yeah.
That we mentioned last week. We will link the FP short film, which is on Vimeo. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Want to wrap this up?
Sure.
Drink to that. You'll drink to anything. You're an alcoholic.
So that's the end of the show. Thank you for joining us this week. And if you haven't given us a like and a subscribe, a glowing review would also be appreciated. We are cynic_critique on X and Instagram. Links to those and more can be found in our description. And remember to join us next week as we unearth more hidden gems from cinema's depths as we prepare for director Keir Roche Turner's latest release, Sting, as we discuss his previous projects, 2014's Wormwood Road of the Dead, 2018's Necrotronic, and 2021's Wormwood Apocalypse. Thank you.
Bye-bye.